Welcome to this year's online Opera Idol competition and masterclass. My name is Sally Dabrowski, and this is my husband, Bertie. From the very beginning, we have been avid supporters and sponsors of both the Voice Experience and the Opera Idol Project. Today, we are greeting you from our home here in Kenilworth, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago, and not too far from Northwestern University, Beeman School of Music.
Since the spring of 2007, our home has been the gathering place for all of the singers who participated in the Opera Idol recital and masterclass. We are pleased to know that many of these vocalists have gone on to pursue successful careers in music. Traditionally, on the Saturday morning after the competition, all of the artists met in our home, getting to know one another in an atmosphere that featured camaraderie and discussions about music. But most importantly, they received feedback from Maria and from Cheryl about their performances. This year, we will miss the in-person events, but you will be able to witness and experience the excitement of hearing our exceptional young rising stars, vocalists singing their repertoire for your pleasure and for Maestro Milne's input and suggestions for interpretation and improvement.
Please enjoy this year's version of Opera Idol. Bernie and I are pleased that we can be a part of this wonderful experience.
And thank everyone for watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2022 Opera Idol. I'm Maria Zuvis, and we are so pleased to have Cheryl Milnes, our president and co-founder of the Milnes Voice Programs, work with our singers again for Opera Idol. We have our wonderful judges, Michael Ching, composer in residence of Savannah Voice Festival. We have Dr. Bernard Dabrowski, Dean Emeritus of Northwestern School of Music. We have Andrew Bazance, Artistic Director of Eugene Opera and wonderful conductor of Savannah Voice Festival. And joining us is our Artistic Director, Jorge Perotti. And I am, again, Maria Zuvis. So we're gonna have our artists actually introduce themselves, work with our wonderful masterclass giver, and it will be very much about how well the singers work with Maestro Milnes and how much they can absorb and be wonderful candidates to receive the grand prize of the Tom Lysott Scholarship Fund Opera Idol. So we thank Mary Lysott for her support, always her support of this particular project. We really wouldn't have been able to do it without Mary's ongoing stewardship. So thank you, Mary. Our first singer is Lisa Bremmer. Lisa, I'm going to ask you to say hello and introduce your piece. So everyone else can mute their video and audio and on with the show.
Well, hello, my name is Lisa Bremmer and I will be singing Must the Winter Come So Soon from Samuel Barber's Vanessa.
Good, 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 good. He wrote a lot of crescendos. Now,
Yes.
if you think piano crescendo, piano to mezzo forte, audience really doesn't hear a crescendo. You have to think softer and louder than and softer than the composer wrote. For a composer, for an instrumentalist, piano to mezzo piano is a crescendo. That's not a crescendo in terms of audience's ears, if you understand what I mean. So you could start all of the notes that start piano with a crescendo, think pianissimo with a big crescendo. And be sure to hold all the long notes long, because this is a good length aria. Let's do the whole thing again. May we?
Sure. With the recording or through the video that I sent?
Well, live.
Let's do it live. Okay. Perfect.
And be a little careful that there's not too many retards in the piano.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Be careful that there's not too many retards in the piano. The accompaniment shouldn't be like a piano solo.
It's a click track she's working on.
It's a click track. That's problematic, of course, but we know that. We know that. So let's go.
Okay. Must the winter come so soon?
Now, the first letter you sing is an M, right?
Yes.
A consonant with pitch. Consonants with pitch and duration have to come before the beat. So the vowel speaks on the beat. That means, are you looking at music? About where the piano it goes to the E flat and then D flat. You already should start the M of must. Don't wait for ma. No, the M is before the beat. That's a rule. Everybody with consonants that have no duration, they must speak before the beat, and the vowel is on the beat. You kind of waited, badly, no, but you waited a bit. I kind of saw you 2 and 3 and 4 and attack. No. You're also telling a story. You have the piece memorized, but the character does not. The character is making it up. So audiences want to see, they want to think they see you thinking of the words. I mean, you're not really, you've memorized it, of course, but the character doesn't have it memorized. So audiences love it when they think you're thinking of the next line. So can you start again at the beginning?
Sure thing. Must the winter come so soon?
That's a dotted half note. Not that
Yes.
that's so much a sacred thing, but we don't want to think that you are singing it musically correctly because it is musically correct. I mean, that's a reason, of course. Of course it is. But the audience wants to think that you're making it up. So who rules the frozen owl? And be sure to get to the diphthong, even the triphthong. Owl, the whole word. Can you start somewhere right there? So we use the time. And the next bar, by the way, Lisa, no portamento. Must the winter come so soon? I wouldn't portamento. You made me
Okay.
believe in it where you did no, so you did a little curve. I wouldn't do it. I would do
Okay.
it clean, clean.
I'll try it clean.
Good, good.
The brittle bark woods the frozen arm. Must the winter come so
Plural in English is a Z, right?
Yes.
I mean, not that you mispronounced it. English is your language. I mean, American English is your language. I kind of saw the Z, but I heard nothing. I heard
Okay.
most of the passing of the day of the what? The days. Soft Z, but a Z pitch
Mhm.
anywhere in there. And oh, and the preceding, here on the E flat, the half note, you see what I'm talking about? Started
Yes.
softer, more crescendo. He wrote piano crescendo. All right, think pianissimo crescendo.
Okay.
You kind of
Do you
sang
want me to
it
start from
wonky.
there just to try?
I'm sorry? Oh,
Would you like me to start from the here in this
sure,
forest
sure,
to get through
sure.
that?
Started softer.
Awesome. Okay.
Pretty good tempo.
In this forest, neither dawn nor sunset marks the passing of the days. It is a long winter Must the winter come so
Okay, the last phrase is tough.
Yes.
You got to tank up enough between come and so,
Mhm.
and then I would move the eights. Must the winter come so soon? 2, 3, and 4, and da da da. Go, 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 all the way to the very end with the piano. Almost every mezzo cuts out about beat 2 or 3 on the last bar because they're out of breath. That's why I think a slight, 3 from the end. Soon the F, E flat, B, C, D flat. Move it slightly. Don't retard there. He didn't write a retard. He wrote poco allargando for the piano, for the orchestra, in the next to the last bar. Can you start just the last 1, 2, 3, 4 bars?
Sure. Would you like it with the accompaniment because it's the pre-track, or should I try to do it a cappella to get
Do it
the
a
tempo?
cappella.
A cappella, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then you can do what you want to do.
Sure. Must the winter come so
Yes, and I heard you hum there.
soon?
I don't think you did that the first time.
No, I did not.
This is the diminuendo into a hum. So let the hummed end, be the end of your diminuendo.
Okay.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Thank you.
How much more time do we have?
You have 10 more minutes.
We have 10 more minutes. Let's do the whole piece with the piano. Try to do these things. You're still cutting off some of the long notes. Now, is that terrible? No. You know, because audiences, we singers make a mistake. We somehow, well, we don't think this, but we sing it as though everybody in the audience is looking at the piano vocal score. And nobody is. Nobody's judging vocal technique or quarter notes or eighth notes, whatever. I mean, almost nobody.
Mhm.
Do they like it? Do they not like it? It's a slight exaggeration, but by and large, they like you or they don't like you. And if they like you, you're doing something good. And if they don't like you, you're doing something bad. So let's do the whole piece again. And obviously we can't change the piano track. I understand that.
If you want, I could try to pause it before the last one to try to do the faster piece a cappella, if that works.
Well, you know, if you get to that last B flat and still have breath, just pour, just go. Okay. Of course, diminuendo, but keep it vibrato and keep the resonance going to the very end. Make the piano sound that there's no cutoff. It just kind of disappears. Lift off rather than 2, 3, 4, tack. What I call the karate chop. That's not a karate chop cutoff.
Yeah.
That's a lift off. Okay. Knock it on.
Must the winter come so soon?
Good. How long you could hold that end, you know, you can hum that end as long as you want.
Okay.
You can hear me. So when you know you get softer and softer and softer, and you think, oh, time to go to the hum, that you can stay with. You don't have to do a cutoff. Like, you know, he wrote diminuendo. Well, how much is diminuendo? That's your call. Partly, how do you feel vocally at that moment? But this is good stuff. Another slight thing you could do in the rests, I wouldn't mind seeing the poetry of the next phrase on your face.
Okay.
Right now, you're what I call polite waiting. Correct. You're correct. You know how it goes.
Mhm.
You know, you did your homework, but in the sense that the character doesn't have it memorized, they're making it up. For me, every rest is, what's my next line? Well, you have an emotional reaction to the next line. Sometimes could just be a slight nod, a slight shake of the head, or a little smile,
Mhm.
or the opposite. However, your reaction, it's not necessarily the same as every other mezzo.
Yeah.
Rather than, again, what I call polite waiting, which is not bad,
Mhm.
but it's not the best. We want to think you're making it up. That's the way audiences are. I mean, of course, they know you have it memorized, but they want to think that there's a story in there.
Mhm.
Very good, Lisa. Very good.
Thank you.
Good.
Hello, my name is Robert Wise, and today I will be singing Come a nape nei giorni d'aprile from Rossini's La Cenerentola. My pianist will be Jody Go. graziosa, son tutte papa, son tutte papa. Ma finita la nostra commedia, che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Ma finita la nostra commedia, che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Ma finita la nostra commedia, che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Ma finita la nostra commedia, che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Ma finita la nostra commedia, che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. E da quelle ciglia abbassate galoppando sembra ragione, e fra i colpi di coppia canone spalancando alla breccia di già. Sì, mal finita la nostra commedia, che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Ma finita la nostra commedia, che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Ma finita la nostra commedia, che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Ma finita la nostra commedia, che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Che tragedia nasce dovrà.
Good, very good, very good.
Thank you.
Good, Jody.
Thank you.
I wouldn't do the whole intro. It does bring up, because I just heard 80 singers in New York earlier this week in 2 days, not one day, fortunately, but in 2 days, still a lot of singers. And even in recital, and that's a judgment call on your part. Get in sooner, because you know the style back then was right forever, and everything that was normal for then. I think what I'm looking at isn't exactly what you're singing. You know, you could make some more cuts, little tiny cuts, like on 108. He repeats, spalancata, spalancata. Cut from, I don't know, are we looking at the same thing, 108? Jody?
We have made a cut since the recital in the cabaletta.
Well, I know that there is one big cut. I'm talking about some more.
Okay, yes, and we are looking at the same score, or at least you and I are.
Because bar 33 could cut to bar 37. It's an exact duplicate, because that was the style back then, to repeat. You know, you did blah, 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 and then you did blah, 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 blah. Well, you can take one of them out, and you can do that several times. It moves the piece along. I'm partly saying that because in these auditions, the Tucker Foundation, some great singers, a lot of them didn't do cuts, long intros, long codas, long interludes, everything in between. And the judge decided we don't need to hear another piece because this is long. You have to be careful about too long. Also, audiences now, you know, we get bored much more quickly than 200 years ago. They wanted 4 and 5 hour operas back then. Now, I don't think so. You could be a little more bitey with the words. Your fioritura is pretty good, although you You dumped some of it, but I suppose people do dump some of the notes. I never sang this piece, so I don't have a gut feeling about it. Your general feeling is very good. Let's go back to the beginning, and I would start 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth part, pop, 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 where the C, with the C. It won't throw you. You do exactly what you did. Yes, that's plenty of interest.
Bene giorni d'aprile va volando leggera e scherzosa, corre il giglio, poi salta il rosa c'è un fiore a cercare per sé. Tra le belle m'aggiro e rimiro, l'ho vedute già
A thought, Robert, a thought. Right now, this was, for these composers, this was show off time. Right now, I see just physically way too much body, body pizzazz. I mean, you're like you're pouring out your guts. And it's really show off vocal time. That was how Rossini, Donizetti, Bellini wrote. These were show off pieces. And not so much, oh, I am so serious about my feelings. No, it's about vocal agility. And I will a little slow. Let's go back to Fra le Belle, which is bar, 14? Fra le Belle. Go.
Fra le belle m'aggiro e rimiro, l'ho vedute già tante poi tante, ma non trovo giudizio un un boccone squisito per me, un boccone squisito per me, un boccone.
You could smile more. The audience thinks it's just fun. I don't think it's fun at all. It's hard work. But the audience wants to think it's fun. That God went zap and you can do it. You never had to work on it. Well, that's nonsense, of course. However, it's up to us to let them think that. Rather than, hey, folks, I'm so serious and I'm going to get this right. Well, part of it, yes. But this, your little smile that you did then, the laugh. More fun.
Okay.
So anywhere, I don't care, bar 20 to pick up, bar 21. Un boccone.
Un boccone squisito per me, un boccone squisito per me, un boccone squisito per me. Un boccone
Okay, right there. We're in the taste area rather than right or wrong. So what you did is not wrong. Too long for an internal cadenza. For a final cadenza, it'd be great. Internal, everybody has to remember this. Internal cadenzas, much shorter. Otherwise, it sounds like the end of the piece. And God knows this is not the end of the piece. Do the notes that you did. Don't make the fermatas quite as long. Long? Yeah, okay, sure. But move the whole thing along with the idea that, hey, folks, there's more. This is not the end. Make sense? The smile is good. And then it looks, to the average audience, you're having fun. That's what you want them to think. Not, hey, I'm a good singer and check this out because I can do these technical things. They don't care. They want to think God went zap and you can do all this wonderful stuff automatically. So blah, 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 blah. Well, let's go on.
Okay.
Let's go on.
Right before the next entrance.
Fra i colpi d'un doppio canone spalancata la breccia di già.
Sorry. If you're going to do the repeat, and those two bars are exactly the same. If you're going to do them, you got to do them differently. Make one very soft and one loud, or the other way around. It almost doesn't matter what you do; they just can't be the same. Okay, so you got ba ba dee ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da. In case you didn't get it, folks, I'll do it again softly, or the other way around, softly, and in case you didn't get it, I'll do it again loudly. That's one way to do it. I said earlier, I never sang this. There's probably some traditional cuts in this aria that are made worldwide. I don't know the part that well, so I can tell you, you should do this cut. I see harmonically where it works. And for me, a cut, all these early works need schnitz. They need cuts. If it doesn't sound like a cut, if the chords fit and it sounds like the composer could have written it that way, for me, then you do it. So let's pick up to 35, bar 35.
First one.
Which one are we doing? Are we doing loud, soft, or soft, loud?
Soft loud, I guess.
Okay.
Fra i colpi.
No.
Wait, there you go. Thank you.
Fra i colpi d'un doppio canone spalancata la breccia di già. Fra i colpi d'un doppio canone spalancata la breccia di già. Fra i colpi d'un doppio canone spalancata nella breccia di già. Vezzosa.
Robert, and you did it better that time. Be sure that the jaw, the low note, is long enough. So it doesn't get. Even if you don't have much sound, it's a low A flat. That's a low note for baritone.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go on.
Vezzosa, graziosa, son tutte papà, son tutte papà. Ma finita la nostra commedia che tragenna chi nasce fra. Ma finire dalla nostra commedia che tragedia chi nascerà. Non finire dalla nostra commedia che tragedia chi nascerà. Non finire dalla nostra commedia che tragedia chi nascerà. Non finire dalla nostra commedia che tragedia chi nascerà. Che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Che tragedia nascerà. Che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Che tragedia nascerà. Che tragedia chi nasce dovrà. Chi nasce dovrà. Che tragedia chi nascer dovrà.
Can you sing a better ah at the end? On the end, brighter ah, but still in top voice, what you did. But it was off the AW. Oh, but top voice.
Okay.
Let's just,
Like a couple bars.
Che tragedia chi nascer dovrà.
okay, they could still use more ah. Of awful AW. Although darn good work. Darn good work. Thank you very much, Robert.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Morena Lavecchia Galan, and this is my pianist Ethan Osman. Thank you for being here today. I will be performing It Never Was You from the musical Knickerbocker Holiday by Kurt Weill. Certain
In American English, there's an a vowel. There's an a vowel.
Ah, yes.
And it's not land and hand. It's land. It's round sound, but you
Yes.
gotta sing a.
Yes,
That's
yes,
just in Spanish. You don't have a in Spanish.
yes.
You don't
We
have
got
in any other language except nasal French. It's a whole other thing. And the last sound, ooh,
mhm. The last sound.
yeah, you, anywhere, you, ooh. I didn't get ooh at all. I got
Oh.
whatever you could phonate. You, how old are you?
I just 2 weeks ago turned 21. I'm an undergrad. I'm a junior.
You're a week. What I'm looking at, I had to do some fast looking around because this isn't exactly what you're singing. Where again do you start? You said 75.
At the bottom, yes. I don't know if you can see. I sent a copy in the chat with.
Well,
Yeah.
what we printed out. I mean, I see some of the stuff.
Yes, it's at the bottom.
Well, I have anywhere, you.
Exactly.
Well, but the piano starts with that 3-bar intro, and then
Yeah.
you sing what? I've been running through rains,
Yes.
and the winds that follow after for one certain face. Right. Okay.
Mhm.
You know, in all things, there's right and wrong.
Mhm.
There's right and wrong, and then there's taste, gusto. Okay. In the Broadway world, it can be somebody's taste that they don't hold long notes as long as they're written. I personally like long notes the way they're written,
Mhm.
but I know that's taste. It's my taste. Long, if it's a whole note, you know all this, you know all the English words. Whole notes, 4 beats.
Yes.
I like 4 beats, not whop and then rest while the piano plays.
Perfect.
You got to get a, because we don't have a word wand and hand. We don't have that. We have land and hand.
Yes.
And there was something else too. Laughter. No, that's not it. Face. Oh, that's good. Okay, let's do the whole piece again.
Perfect.
And when you announce your name, you've got to say Morena Galan, right? Galan with the accent on lan.
Galan, yes.
Yeah, you got to say it like that. There's a big problem this last week in New York hearing these 80 singers that you may have heard me mention before. They often kind of mumble their own name because they've said it so many times. It's like they just throw it out. And so the judges are all thinking, what? Who is it? What's the name? What's it? What are they singing?
I see.
Morena Galan, comma, pause.
Yes.
Okay, anyway, let's do it again. Skabadaba.
Perfect. We've been running through rains, with the winds that follow after.
Morena.
And.
Well, after, yes, but. And the winds that follow after 1 and 2 and.
Oh yes,
You want to do an 8th note. You like an 8th note there. It's not. Now, again, in the Broadway world, rhythms aren't quite as sacred.
Yes.
In my world, rhythms are more sacred. So I like, and the winds that follow after for one certain face, triplet.
Okay.
So let's do this again. Good sound, good sound.
Thank you.
Piano.
Mhm. We've been running through rains, and the winds that follow after.
For one.
For one certain
Lands. Okay, there's one of them. Say
Lands.
Say
I was trying to, yeah, I was trying to look at the rhythms and do them precisely because I was doing it very free before, so I'm trying to pay attention to that. So lands,
and,
perfect.
and I said that's taste. You're
Mhm.
not wrong. You're
Mhm.
not wrong. It's taste. My taste is better exactly the way it's written. I've been searching through the lands. When you
Lands.
start on that bar, I've been, downbeat of I've been.
I've been searching through the lands
One.
for a certain pair of arms and a certain pair of hands.
And Morena. Hands,
Mhm.
NZ.
Yeah.
And on the cutoff.
Mhm.
Although now this for me, this is much better. It has some rhythmic vitality and it sounds, here's an odd word, it sounds anchored.
Okay.
It sounds more anchored. Before it was just kind of loose and the piano, whatever you did, he followed. But if you ever sing it with orchestra, there's a big difference singing with piano and singing with an orchestra. You have to know a piece much better when you sing it with an orchestra because they can't jump beats. They can't make a 5/4 out of a 4/4 or a 3/4 out of a 4/4. They can't.
Mhm.
So you'll be wrong.
Yes, yes.
With your friend here, it works. But if you ever have a band with you or an orchestra with you, then so let's for a certain pair, can we do the downbeat of 77? Are we looking at the same thing? For a certain pair of arms, certain.
For a certain pair of arms and a certain pair of hands.
One.
Yes, I looked everywhere. One can look without wings. And I found a great variety of interesting things. But it never was you.
It was never you, vowel, vowel, you,
You.
fish mouth,
Yes.
that you have in Spanish. You have in Spanish.
Yeah.
I said yo, no, you,
Yes.
but it never was you. Just some word changes, didn't matter. But it never was you.
Mhm.
The C's on the top of whatever page it is. Ba, 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 but it never was you.
Mhm. But it never was you. It never was anyway you. An occasional sunset reminded me where a flower had been high a tulip tree, or one red star hung low in the west, or a heartbreak call from the meadowlark's nest made me think for a moment. Maybe it's true. I found him in the stars, in the cold, in the blue. But it never was you.
Okay, Morena,
Yes.
when you go for the F,
Uh-huh.
the fa,
Aha.
You have to look like it's tough. You look like you're worried about the note. Okay.
Oh no, I think yes, I understand.
Worry about the note. I don't care about worrying about the note, but I don't want you to look like you're worrying about the note.
I think what I'm worrying about is the pianissimo. So I'm trying to go pull back, and yes, for sure, I need to.
I don't mind if you worry. I just don't want to see you worry.
Yes,
Okay?
of course.
Dennis is smiling. So I've found you in the star.
Mhm.
D and A. That sounds right. I found her in the star. I
I found him in the stars, in the cold, in the blue, but it never was you. It never was anywhere you.
okay.
I was
And
meant to do
we're
the yeah.
singing the F. Okay, that's anywhere, anywhere. Then where
Wait,
there's an E before the Y. You. You hear the E?
yeah,
You. You got to sing the E.
that's
It's not just U, it's you, usted.
mhm.
So anywhere, the last 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, 4 bars. Long, 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 and vibrato.
Mhm. Perfect.
Actually, what we're coming to right now is that you're saying anywhere, anywhere.
I'm cutting.
You. That's easier, I think. Yes,
Mhm. Yes.
I think it's easier vocally and musically for me makes perfect sense. And again, your pianist is nodding. I see him. He's nodding. So anywhere, anywhere, and then with a lovely expression on your face, you,
Hmm.
you. Let's do the last 4 bars again.
Perfect. Mhm. More ooh.
More ooh, more fish mouth,
You.
and longer,
Mhm.
forever,
Okay.
ever, siempre. If there's a fermata, you see a fermata on the F on the A flat or
Yes.
the natural, forever. So anywhere again, the last 4 bars, time wise, we're okay. Even longer. Can you hold it even
Longer.
longer?
Yes, yes, I
Yeah.
can do it longer.
Siempre.
Yes.
One more time. One more time.
Yes. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Ya, ba, ba. You work on that. You work on that. It'll get stronger.
Yes.
But does that feel like forever?
No. I mean, it feels
It's
good.
nowhere,
Like
it's
it
nowhere
forever.
near too long. It's nowhere near too long. It's
Like
not,
it's good forever.
not too long.
Yes.
It's a whole note tied to a quarter with a fermata, a corona.
Yes.
That's forever.
Uh-huh. Yes.
And soft, oo vowel, you work the oo vowels,
Hmm.
work the oo vowels.
You.
It's a cute piece. It's a cute piece. Do you do any other stuff? I mean, Susanna, Marriage of Figaro, or other things?
I'm actually a mezzo, so I also have
And it would
Alcina.
be Carabino. Do you ever do a Carabino or anybody like that? Pencil?
Yes, yes, I've learned that piece. I also like to do some Baroque, like Purcell or Handel, um, and I've also done Amiocor from Alcina. Although that's a soprano, but it's like a lower soprano.
These pieces, in some ways, are better for the voice than the Broadway area, although it helps you grow. I remember the better I got as a Handel singer, as a Messiah, if you know, or the Elijah or any the sacred works, the better I got at that, the better I was in crooning, in pop stuff.
Mhm.
Voice grows. But a cute piece, good piece, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Did I correct the and? Was it better?
Oh yeah, absolutely better.
Better.
It's a
Perfect.
vowel that just doesn't exist in Italian, in French, in
Yeah.
Spanish, only in English, only in American English, even because the Brits don't say it either.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now we have Sydney. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sydney Fabregas, and I am presenting Miasniczko na nebi, or better known as Song to the Moon, from Dvorak's Rusalka.
Good. Few places, the dotted rhythms, you got to check the dotted rhythm. Da, ba, ba. There's a bunch of places where it's dotted and you're singing them even.
Yes, sir.
And in this style, and when he was writing this, many more, I hate to say freedoms, because that sounds like many more mistakes, many more whatever you want to do, and that's not accurate. But it needs more ins and outs. It needs more heartbeat, blood flow.
Okay.
Do you have a pianist or is this a track?
I have my recording. Where would you like me to start?
Okay. Well, let's do it at the beginning. You can see me
Yes, sir.
now.
It's on my recording's on my tablet.
We can't change what they do, but I'll give you some thoughts about pushing ahead, pulling back. It needs more emotion. Right now, I hate to use the word, it's too correct.
Okay.
You're doing exactly something with no emotion. And then move. Every time there's a ritardando, there's a slowing down, there's got to be a pushing ahead.
Okay.
You were too square. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. No, that makes
You've
total
been taught that your whole music school life, exactly something.
sense.
Okay.
Into a peg.
And that's accurate. That's accurate. But you can go a little faster, a little slower within accurate. So let's
Okay.
do
Would you
it.
like me to start?
Yeah. Right off the bat, when you have a pianist live,
Mhm.
the quarter note's slightly shorter and the 16th slightly longer. So it's dee, 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 da, da, dee, 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 da, da. He's doing, he or she, whoever's playing it, are doing what lots of pianists do. They hold the quarter slightly longer and then they rush the 16ths.
Okay, good to know.
Also, in a competition, often this piece, because it's strophic, I mean, the second verse is exactly the same as the first verse.
Yes, sir.
I've had in competitions, not in concert, with orchestra, certainly not, but in competitions, lots of singers will say, I will sing the second verse and the end. And the judges appreciate it because the first verse is exactly the same.
Okay.
They just hear exactly the same thing again. It's just a thought to put in your head.
No, I will definitely be taking that recommendation because this is
Not in a performance, but that for all competitions, cut down intros and all of that down to something that makes sense, but 4 bars, 6 bars, 8 bars, not 12 or 16 or 20 or 30. Anyway, Okay, let's do it again. Yeah, now also, when you get off of that, like that G flat,
Yes, sir.
that's what I call a lift off cutoff, not a karate chop.
Yes, sir.
Now, you weren't vulgar with it. You didn't do a real karate chop, but you just kind of stopped.
Okay.
Instead of lifting off because you don't know what you want to say next.
Mm-hmm. So
This
to
is
ponder it.
the point I want to make is
Okay.
in the rest, you're just going da-dee, stop.
Okay.
Start right on your, we start right where you start?
I think so. Sorry. Came into
Long G flat. Same thing there. Dee-dee.
Yes.
Let it hang, let that note hang there rather than stop, stop. In this piece, that's always wrong.
Yes,
If ever you think to yourself, oh, I think I just chopped that note, well, then you're wrong.
Okay.
They should all be lift offs, what I call lift off.
Yes, sir.
Anywhere, you go ahead. Yes. Yeah, and on those 16th notes,
Yes, sir.
don't cheat them.
Okay.
Phonate your best sound through them. I kind of got rip, ready, but and then you start to sing. Can you start on the D flat, divas?
Yes, sir. I can.
Top of that page, what I'm looking at.
Yes, sir.
Then let's go slightly. Right here, molto espressivo.
Yes.
Right? So, yada, 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 and then my taste, he doesn't write a tempo, then I would start to move. You know, every time there's a pull, there should be a push.
Yes, sir.
Whether the composer wrote it or not. Well, he wrote the molto espressivo. And then it starts to pull back. So that's why I use the phrase blood pressure, heartbeat. You know, music is not, metronomes, for instance, are valuable. They give us 80, 60, 100, but that's not music. Music has little ebbs and flows. It must.
Yes, sir.
Start out with 80 or 60, but then just what it did. In and out, push and pull.
Okay.
So it isn't just, that's always boring.
Yes, sir.
Metronomes
All right.
are
Would you like
boring.
me to start right at the pickup of that page?
Yes, the G flats. ba ba dia.
Okay. So
The
quiet on that.
3/4, it's a dotted quarter and a 16th. I mean,
Maybe.
dotted eighth and a 16th. Right. There's a bunch of places where you somehow in your memory, you're just singing straight eighth notes instead of dotted 8, 16.
Yes, sir. Start right at the G again.
Wherever, sure, it's fine.
Is it most
Sure. Pull more.
Yes, sir.
Ya ba ba ba, and milk the triplet.
Okay, yes, sir.
Does that make sense? Are you from Iowa?
No, I'm from Texas, but I have milk.
Well, that's close. It's close.
Yes, sir.
And then it starts to move again. Push and pull, heartbeat, blood flow. Meh,
Yes, sir. I'll start right up there.
wherever it allows you to start.
Really?
No, there's another dot.
Mhm.
Right, exactly right.
Yes, sir.
Right
Start
there,
back at the, okay.
wherever it lets you.
Yes, sir.
I'll pick it up. And 3 and
Yes, sir.
he wrote piano.
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Now, piano, how soft is soft? Well, we don't have an answer. Is it 12? Is it 100? Is it 88? There is no answer. I would prefer the word gentle,
Okay, gentle.
caressing. You could also prepare. I see you a split second before you have to sing, prepare to sing. You should prepare earlier than that.
Earlier. Yes, sir.
Then the audience believes that you're making it up. What I've said to the other people, if you heard that, you have the piece memorized, but the character does not.
Yes, sir.
And every time there's a rest, oh, I know what I want to say. And then blah, 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 blah. And furthermore, every time there's a rest, it's the character thinking of what they want to say because it's not memorized.
Yes.
That's what we want the audience to think, that we're making it up. I mean, they know we have it memorized, but as I said to one of your colleagues, nobody in the audience is sitting there with the piano vocal score. They just, do they like it? Or they don't like it?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a bit oversimplified, but still. So let's go on. Second verse. Yeah, second verse. Good. Good. Don't breathe.
Carry
Don't
it through.
breathe. Take a big breath before Abi
Yes, sir.
and go all the way across.
Yes, sir.
In breaths, most phrases in singing and things that you have you don't have to worry about what I call tanking up,
Mhm.
because the phrases are, you can do it. But once in a while, there's a very long phrase. That's part of the memory process,
Yes, sir.
as to where I have to tank up. That's my American phrase. Big breath. That's one of them. So you
Yes,
don't
sir.
have to breathe where it doesn't make any grammatical sense.
Yes, sir.
Anywhere there that the piano lets you. Don't run the triplet. Don't
Yes,
run
sir.
the triplet. Da-da-da-da. No. Ba, 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 ba. Love it. Taste it.
Yes,
Ba,
sir.
ba, ba, ba. Of course, it's a triplet. So it's a little faster, but taste it. Looks like we want to think you love it.
Yes, linger it. Let it linger a bit more.
So the G flat, za.
Yes, sir. Do you want me to skip through this?
Yeah, get to the cantorial part, as I call it. You have any more sound on the low D flats?
Do I have any more sound?
Yeah,
Well, it's piano, but I do try to give it a little bit of weight.
a little bit of weight, right? Because a low D flat's already going to be soft.
Yes.
So be sure it has energy.
Yes, sir.
Good. Let's do the tail.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, go.
Omili tu selicka sni, Racetov spominkovs budi, Izichko ne saksi,
Are you going to the B flat a quarter early on purpose?
I was excited.
No.
Yes.
On the downbeat,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. Again, what I call the cantorial part.
Okay.
The low D flats.
Yes, sir. Omili tu selicka sni,
2, 3.
Racetov spominkovs budi, Izichko ne saksi,
And all that you can on the low G flats.
Yes, sir.
And
Whatever gas is left in the tank.
all that you have.
Yes, sir.
And the very last note, right? The very last note as long as you can.
Yes, sir.
And the piano, I don't know what the piano did. Whop. It needs to finish soon. Let's just do the high G flat. The last 4 bars, 3 bars, whatever it is, 4 bars.
Yes, sir.
Meh.
Okay. Right, the high met on G.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sir.
swap. Well,
No?
we can't fix that, but you fixed you. That's good. Good.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you
Very
so
much.
much.
Bravi tutti, wonderful job. So difficult to do this via Zoom, so difficult live, but add on the Zoom component and it's so much more hard to receive and to give. And so kudos to everyone. And a big round of applause to our masterclass giver, Cheryl Milnes. And you all you have it all to yourself until we are done, and we will be back.
My name is Benjamin Sokol, and in 2021, I was the grand prize winner of the Opera Idol competition. Since winning the competition last year, I have been privileged to have received so many fabulous opportunities to perform the art that I love so much. At Manhattan School of Music, I am about to complete my senior year. This year, one of the great opportunities for me was performing my graduating recital about a month ago. At this performance, I was so honored to have some of the Voice Experience Foundation family in attendance. Currently, I'm in the midst of performing the Sprecher, Zweiter Geharnischter Mann, and Sarastro in Manhattan School of Music's production of Die Zauberflöte. I am so looking forward to continuing performing and learning at the Milnes Voice programs this summer, and I hope to see you all very soon. The selection that you'll be hearing now is from my senior recital, Infelice e tu credevi, from Ernani by Giuseppe Verdi. I hope you enjoy.
Che mai veggia nel penetra il più sacro di mia magione, presso a lei che sposa ser dovrà d'un Silva 2 seruttori io scorgo. Entrate o la miei fidi cavalieri, si ognun testimon del disonore dell'onta che si reca al suo signore. Infelice e tu credevi si bel giglio immacolato nel tuo crine fra le nevi piomba invece il disonor. Ah, perché l'età d'inferno giovin core m'ha serbato, mi dovevan gli anni almeno far di gelo ancora il cor, far di gelo ancora il cor, far di gelo ancora il cor, mi dovevan gli anni almeno far di gelo ancora il cor, ancora il cor. Mi dovevan gli anni almeno far di gelo ancora il cor. giovanai estingi due lacrime o due fior che giovano due lacrime o due fior che giovano due lacrime o due fior empia dovevi allora porgermi un filaita quando traea la vita nell'ansia e nei sospir quando traea la vita nell'ansia e nei sospir ah che d'inutil pianto assordi la foresta rispetta un'ombra mesa e lasciala dormir rispetta un'ombra mesa e lasciala dormir rispetta un'ombra mesa e lasciala dormir.
Hello, my name is Mary Lysott, and I am the widow of Thomas Lysott. Tom was born and raised in Chicago, and that's why Opera Idol has been sponsored by my family forever in Chicago, Illinois. He loved opera and he loved watching young singers grow. I have enjoyed opera participation for a long time. The output from Opera Idol in Chicago is a big inclusion of these young singers in the Savannah Opera Festival during the month of August. It is delightful. I welcome you here in the future. I welcome you to come to Savannah for even more wonderful opera performances. Thank you for coming. We appreciate your participation, and we hope you will stay in our family for a long time.
Yeah, congratulations. I mean, it was really good to see you all under these circumstances. And I know after 2 years of COVID, we're all a little tired of the Zoom format. But you know, we were just talking about it in the other room that there were some good things about being able to do this through the Zoom format. I mean, you have a record of this for posterity in a funny kind of way, and you didn't have to travel to some random city and deal with all of that kind of stress. So I think it's one of those sort of COVID-y lessons that I don't know. It's not a silver lining because there's certainly downsides to it, but I thought you all coped really well with it under these circumstances.
First of all, thank you so much for being here. It was wonderful to hear you guys, and thank you, Cheryl, for your masterclass. As always, it's fascinating and it's just a delight. And I'm sure that you have the opportunity to. You have the opportunity to work with with one of the greatest, and that's going to be, no matter what happens, that's going to stay with you guys, and it will be memorable, and it's a learning experience, and we were delighted to have you. We're very happy to have you in the summer, first of all, so that's exciting, and I was very glad to see you work, and you guys had so much energy. I love it, and so responsive, and you were really having a good time. Um, Granted, you were being recorded, but it felt honest, I must say. So thank you so much for taking the time and doing all these recordings and being ready and available. So it's really very valuable to us, certainly. And Andrew, would you like to say some words for? You are muted.
2 years in, I still can't do that correctly. Everybody, I just wanted to say, I mean, we've been talking a lot about circumstance, and those of us who have been in this business for a while have had a different reaction to the last 2 years than the four of you have had, who have really had to deal with your education and the beginnings of your education in this circumstance. And what I'm so thrilled is to hear that all of the central tenets that we really espouse at Savannah Voice Festival and Voice Experience, and all of us do as teachers, is so deeply rooted in all four of you. I mean, I think that's the reason that you're in this competition today, but you're all very musical. You all have very good ideas. You all sound healthy with your instruments. And I know that everybody, all of us, even to my ripe old age, we all have works in progress constantly. That's a continuing thing. And so you're always going to want to find that next thing once you get that little section polished to move on to something else. But what you presented today, I thought, really showed all four of you as quite complete artists and showed off your vocal personalities quite well. So congratulations. I know it's been a trying time. We are all forever changed because of that, but at the same time, then to hear the just musicianship, the care, and the passion that you have for this, it was really moving and inspiring. So congratulations to all four of you.
Thank you, Andrew. And again, I would like to personally thank Mary for sponsoring this competition. It's very valuable and very wonderful that she makes this possible and has helped so many singers and will continue to do so. And it's very valuable, and it's a great opportunity for us to experience your talents and you guys to have the opportunity to work with none less than Cheryl. So and so we had to pick one. I'll say it's not the winner. It's just the one that we had to choose, and Bernie will give us the honors to communicate the news.
And briefly, I will say, from the length of time, I think you could tell how serious we were about talking about these wonderful performances, and they were. And all of us have extended so many positive thoughts to all of you. It was an incredible evening. Just enjoyed it so much. But I will announce the consensus. It would be Sydney Fabregas is receiving the top award this evening. And I congratulate her, and I congratulate all of you. You did such a wonderful job. We can't wait to meet all of you in my dining room sometime in the next few years.
Sydney, what would you like to say? Congratulations, Sydney.
I'm honestly quite shocked because I was sitting here and I was like, I didn't know who they were going to pick because everyone did such a fantastic job. And like everyone's been saying, it's both a benefit that we could do this via Zoom, and there is like a bittersweet aspect to it because I really do wish I could meet you guys and hang out with you guys and like get to know you in a way that isn't in a little box in my apartment with my Marilyn Monroe posters. I didn't really know what to say. I'm kind of shocked, to be completely honest. But
Sydney,
thank you so much.
Sydney, do you see my Beethoven behind me?
Yes, I do, and I adore it.
That's
it.
It's Andy Warhol.
Yes, I went to the museum a few weeks ago, and they have that in the gift shop, and I almost bought it, and I was like, I don't have room for it.
The other the other three of you. When I was your age, I entered the competition, and I was not selected. And a very kindly old gentleman by the name of Walter Duclos, who Cheryl will remember, came up to me and said, "Ravel never won the Rome Prize," and here I am today. So, so congratulations to all of you.
I love that. Well, I mean, that phrase that everyone's a winner is really true. I mean, it was a very, very difficult decision and a lot of conversation. And we would love to wrap you all up in a ribbon with a big fat check and have you all get the Grand Prix. But one has to get it, as Maestro Jorge Parodi says. And so there it is. And so, Sydney, congratulations. But to the rest of you, congratulations to you, Morena, Lisa, Robert. We're going to see you. We'll be with you. You're going to feel the love no matter what. And there's lots of wonderful work to be done. But boy, what a start we have with the talent that you all possess. So, thank you to our judges, Michael Ching, Dr. Bernie Dabrowski, Andrew Bazance, to my colleagues, Chad and Jorge Parodi, Chad Sanka, for organizing all of this, to my wonderful husband, who is always willing to jump in and help and work
make trouble.
A lot of energy. And so we're very grateful to our maestro for passing on all of his knowledge. So take everything and anything. The key to a successful masterclass is not just to apply it to that particular measure, but to apply it to everything you sing and everything you are as an artist. That's what makes you better. Okay, yay! Thank you all very, very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
We'll see you.